So much has happened in the last year, and that if I was to overthink, no one would actually blame me. But there comes a point where you ask yourself, when do I draw the line? When do I stop feeling bad for myself? When do I stop sitting on my hands and actually do something good for myself? Hi, I'm Benjamin. I took some time off to overthink. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm back now. So, overthinking. I won't lie. I've caught myself doing that most days. Actually, on countless occasions. I heard a quote from Alex where he said, if you're having bad thoughts about something, then you shouldn't even bother doing it in the first place. Because if it was good for you, then you would have already done it. But this makes me think about all the encounters and the many missed opportunities that I had missed, all because I decided to overthink my decisions. Most days, I sit down and I think to myself that why is life so hard? Why is everything going wrong? And when can I get a break from all this? Sometimes I even say, how can I even become successful in the shortest amount of time? And I'm sure you've all done that before. We've all sat down in our routine, how can I make money the next week or the next month? And all this went through my head all the time. Always daydreaming about the prospect of what ifs and never how can I make it happen? Until it hit me. What am I doing? I keep thinking all day about the perfect life and complaining about all the bad things that happened to me. And then I force myself to this conclusion, which I'm sure you all know, that thinking will not solve my problems. It will only prolong them. It will not take them away. I realized that I was making myself feel better only in my mind, and that I was living a life in my mind that I'll never achieve lying down on that couch. Because you have to understand this, it is very easy for you to sit down and complain about your life and blame someone else for your misfortunes. But then again, you only come to realize that complaints do not solve anything, and that your dreams do not make you successful, but they are only there to inspire you to become successful. All your beautiful ideas may never come to life if you are stuck thinking about what could have been and all the things that could go wrong. My friend once told me he had a crush on this girl, but he was scared to ask her out because she was the most beautiful girl in school, or one of the most beautiful girls in school. Well, maybe to us, from our perspective or from our friend group, we thought she was one of the most beautiful girls. Maybe I discouraged him a bit, but I encouraged him that it's normal to have that kind of feeling in my mind. I'd often tease him when I saw her coming around, until one day he decided he had enough and decided he would go and talk to his crush. Well, I guess you expected it. It worked out. It seems she was also crushing on him and was waiting for him to make the first move. Kids, alright? But that's not the moral here, okay? The moral of this lesson is to tell you that my friend stopped being the audience and started to become the master of his own story. Because he could have just been like, well, maybe she doesn't have a crush on me, so I'm just going to leave it there and then go. But he took matters into his own hand and decided to at least talk to her. What are they up to lose? If it goes sideways, maybe she will never see him again. But the thing is that he couldn't live with himself knowing that he didn't at least try. The price you pay for rejection is way better than the price you will have to pay for regrets. The fact that you never took the opportunity to do something will haunt you for the rest of your life. So it's better to take the action now and get rejected, because at least you will learn, than to sit down and say, what if I had taken this role? What if I had taken this opportunity? Would it have helped me? That is the moral here. So yes, my friend here, he stopped living in the world of what. He stopped living in the world of what if I do this? What if I, maybe, what if she refuses? What if she causes a scene? And started to live in the world of why not? Why not me? Maybe she will give me an explanation to why not me. Maybe this business will tell me why not, why won't they take me? Or maybe this client will tell me why they will not buy my product. Because it is better to be rejected, at least you would learn, than to be sitting in your room and questioning all the premises that what could have been. Why am I not living in this mansion? Why am I not here? It's better to do it than to, I think. I really don't stop playing all this, you understand? Show you. I'm not going to lie, it really inspired me. It took a turn because I changed my perspective. It made me a bit more ambitious because I've heard this going around where they ask you this question: if you know you wouldn't fail, what would you do? I had to think about this quite a lot. If you know you would never fail, you could do anything you would, what would you do? But yeah, that is a question for another day. My friend's story inspired me because it got me thinking, what if someone had a crush on me too and I ignored it because I was too scared to ask? What if I could have done something? What if I could have made money here, but I was too scared to go out? So now, if I miss an opportunity to say something or do something, I get this uneasiness, like I start to feel anxious, I start to feel bad, where I can't rest. Maybe there's no rest for the wicked. I had to develop a mindset of an active person, not a passive one, but a person who will not sit down and wait for opportunities to fall on their laps. No, I wasn't going to wait for that. I was actually going to look for the opportunity. Well, this took me a while to understand, but I finally got around to understand it, that I was out of opportunity. I was out of handout. My life had just run out. And if I do not cover my own opportunities, there's no one else to go and cover out for. Maybe your case is different. Maybe you have options. You have someone who will hold your hand and say, take this route, take this route. But some of us do not. And some of you are watching me and you know exactly well that you don't know what you're going to do in the next 5 years. You don't even know what you're going to do in the next year. And you're waiting for life to just take you wherever you want. It's better to have a plan, to know where you're going. When you're overthinking, why don't you overthink about that? And think about where you want to go next. Instead of taking the routes where you don't know, you're just waiting for the wind to blow you wherever it wants. Trust me, it will blow you, actually. But maybe you don't like where it will put you. But yes, it took me a while, but I finally came around to understand that I was out of favor, and that if I do not fight for my own opportunities, then I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it anywhere. And I had to change that mindset of blaming people for everything, blaming the government, blaming family members, blaming my colleagues, blaming everybody else in power for my life being so bad, and also blaming myself for not sitting up, or maybe looking back and see, why didn't I just study more? Why didn't I just do this? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that during the COVID? Why didn't I do something better? And I think about all these things and I say, no, it's better I forgive myself and stop blaming everybody for everything. There is always an option for you. You don't need to overthink everything. You just need to see your next step, see where I'm going next. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't wait and get everything down in order before you start. If I were you, I would just see what I want to do next. What do I want to do? That's why I plan my days the day before. So I know that this is what I'm doing tomorrow. That is all you need. You don't need to overthink the next. Yeah, you don't need to overthink. Most of the things we plan, sometimes it doesn't come through. So why don't you just take the first step one? Then from there you take the second step. Just take one step forward. But I hope you stop overthinking and start being more practical and start being more active in your choices. Don't overthink decisions, just start. And I hope this video has been good for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. So I'll see you. Goodbye.